How do you like those gloves?
Huh?
How do you like those gloves?
I love them. That's all I've worn for probably 5 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Who makes them?
Knox, K-N-O-X.
K-N-O-X, Knox. I like the finger protection at the side of the wrist guard.
All they do is protection stuff. So they're the ones that came out with the palm sliders. And so now other gloves are starting to incorporate that. But all they do is protection stuff, back protector and stuff like that.
That's awesome, because man, you need your hands a lot, you know?
Yeah.
I've been thinking of upgrading gloves. Those are sweet.
I love them.
Welcome. It's Riding with Ride AMAP again, and I'm on the track, and that's me in the high-vis yellow and black helmet, and I'm riding the Triumph 675. Behind us, we got that young kid, I never caught his name, on the R6, and then we got John in the blue SV 650 with the awesome tape job, and then behind him is Rodney on the Kawasaki 6 something. Can't remember what the track bike is. I'll have to look it up. But it's not the Ninja, but it's like the track Ninja, so it's awesome. As you can hear, Patrick, our coach, at the beginning there, was talking about taking us out, getting us a few laps to warm up our tires. We're supposed to stay like little ducklings here and follow him in line. We're supposed to stay like 6 feet from each other. We got Brandon riding the FZ1 on the Yamaha, so he's on camera crew right now. That young kid had a hard time staying close to us at the beginning. By the end of the day, he was doing awesome, but I actually passed him on the first session. When we pitted, he shut our first lap. They showed us how to pit, and when we started off, I like jumped around really quick because I wanted to stay right on the coach's tail and right on Brandon's tail. But this is these first couple laps are not real eventful, so we're gonna skip ahead and see when I get the point pass and I get out in front on that Triumph. It's an awesome track bike. Okay, so we're picking up the action a little later in the lap, and again, we were in the 7th group, the Nord Novice group, but more the advanced group in the Novice group were allowed to pass. They had the point to pass. You got this Kawasaki here going to pass us up, and that is a little unsettling. Your first time in. This is the 3rd time that I've been on the track. So this is when all of a sudden people start passing you. The first 2 sessions they weren't allowed to pass, but now we're starting to do the point to pass. And if the coaches feel like they're ready to go, then they'll give you the go ahead. So you'll see these guys starting to get past and start sneaking in. And other groups, you're supposed to be in your own group at the beginning, but now because people are starting to pass, you're starting to feel that. But our group was pretty fast. At least our coach and me and Brandon were pretty fast, and we started catching up to the group in front of us. And on the previous session, we weren't allowed to pass, so we just kind of had to follow at their pace. And I felt pretty good catching up to them, but this is the first time we get a pass a group. So I was like, woo! But I had no idea that we left the rest of our group behind us. The young kid didn't join us, and so I don't know what happened to the rest of the lap. But here we are, and we're zooming along, and it's just the speed's coming closer. Of course, the first 2 sessions, you're trying to learn the line of the track. And so that's why you follow your coach, so you can see where that racing line is. And here, I believe this is when I'm getting the point, because he's turning around and looking at me. And that's one thing, again, the coaches, the only ones that are allowed to see what's behind them. This is the front stretch, and this is the time, I believe, when he goes ahead and gives me the go ahead. So I take off, and then Brandon comes along, and then off we go. We're off to the races. And again, I felt completely alone because nobody was in front of me that I could see, and you can't have your mirrors, so you have no idea if anybody's behind you. So this is the first time I'm trying to do the line by myself. I've already been over the track. We've only made, like, in the 2 sessions, we've probably only made 3 or 4 laps at most, just because the speeds were down. So I'm trying to figure things out by myself, and Brandon is experienced with this track, so he knows where to go and what to do. Where you can kind of see that I'm going off the racing line, but I'm on this new Triumph and just having a blast, and it is so fun. Again, this new experience, being out here all by myself, and later on I was talking to the coaches, and they're like, there's no better feeling when you got an open track in front of you and you're on your own. But I like to be more, I like to follow some people. I mean, I always feel better when I see the other guy in front of me, knowing when to brake and stuff. So this was unsettling, but I just did what the best I could, and just having a blast. I mean, Brandon, I had no idea if he was close to me. I had no idea if he was far away. And luckily, he sits right on my tail because he's an old track pro. So a lot of fun. That's one of my favorite songs that Google lets you play without, charging and monetizing it. After doing this and watching this, and like, I felt so alone out here. And now looking at the video, it's great because it really was. Brandon and I were pretty much at the tracks to ourselves. We weren't catching anybody, so we weren't going super fast. But we were going faster than people behind us, because nobody caught us. So it's kind of fun to see that. And just a super fun day. And that Triumph is a blast. It has a quick shift, which is insane. You don't have to pull in the clutch to upshift. You just lift your foot up under the shift lever, and as long as you're accelerating, it just goes to the next gear. So it is really fun to accelerate. You can see how I can just pull away right there. That's that upshift going on. And after riding it and watching Brandon in the previous video, I know why he exits those corners so much faster than I could. Also, the bike ergonomics is a little better for the track. He's got a lot deeper lean angle than that FC1 does. but it was so fun. And as you can see here, the checkered flag is out. There's a corner worker in every one of those corners. There's 17 corners at Barber's Motorsports Park, and it was super fun. So once you put your hand up, supposed to be at 80% pace, and then just head towards the pit. So. But that was a super fun thing. I'm so grateful that Brandon got me into this and he took me down there. I told him, since he was bringing the bikes, and let me borrow his leathers and boots and gloves and stuff. And I said, well, I'll pull the bikes down there. We just had a ball.
How'd you like it? Sweet bike, right?
It was awesome.